That was beautiful. That was wonderful. It was more than I ever expected. I'm just filled with such gratitude for everyone who came here to support me, for the committee, for nominating me, for lots of people. So I've prepared a few comments. Please bear with me. And as I was thinking about this the last couple of weeks and kind of writing some comments yesterday, I was just awestruck again with what a great choice Maryville College is for both scholars and athletes. And just so thankful, so very, very thankful that I came here. The game of life is not unlike the game of soccer. In soccer, as in many sports, there are very crucial skills and things you need to be good at to be an effective player. There's diligence, that don't give up, it's mind over matter, stick to it. Endurance, are you as strong at the 85th minute of the game as you were in the first 10 minutes? Speed and agility, can you get to the ball first? And more importantly, when you get there, do you know what to do with it? Do you have the footwork? Something I wasn't that great at. Passing and kicking, perfecting your aim, and then seeing it in your mind's eye and actually being able to do it. Teamwork, working with others to achieve something greater than you ever could have achieved on your own. Preparation, have you done the necessary work off the field when no one's looking in the summer to make sure that you're ready? Discipline. Not just physical discipline, but mental discipline. Do you have the toughness? Do you have the stick-to-itiveness to get the job done? Aggressiveness. Who wants it more? You or your opponent? Ability to evaluate and course correct. When things don't go as planned, can you course correct or figure out what to do to get back on plan? And lastly, humility. Knowing that you're not the best person out there and having the graciousness to accept it. Thankfully, these skills are easily translated to real life. For all these skills and more, I have Pepe Fernandez to thank, who not only helped us become better players, but a man who exemplified and demonstrated a passion for these skills, a man who walked the talk. I have Coach Jerry Litton to thank as well. I would not be here if it weren't for him and his recruiting efforts and his strong leadership in my first year. And in the game of soccer and in life, you're sometimes faced with what seems to be an insurmountable obstacle. Being 3 goals down when your strongest forward gets injured. Or being a defender and being the only thing between you and the goalie and 3 opposing strikers who play very well together. What do you do in those situations? Well, you rely on your preparation, things you've done to get ready. You dig deep for that extra energy that you've got down there, that heart, that grit, and you put your game face on to do whatever it takes to turn your situation around. But the same thing is true in life. Your spouse loses their job. Your child gets sick. Your mom passes away. You're diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer at age 41. What do you do in those situations? Well, you rely on your preparation and past experiences when God brought you through difficult situations. You dig deep for that last bit of energy and you pray that God will supply what you need to go on. And you put your game face on and you ask God to own up to his promises. The promise in Jeremiah 29:11, which is, for I know the plans I have for you, plans for a hope and a future, which is what God has put on my heart. And you lean on your friends, your family, co-workers, even strangers to hold you up. I don't know what I would have done in the last year and a half without the love and support from from so many people. Honestly, if I started naming today, I'd leave somebody off, and I'm sure I'd forget, so I'm not going to name out anyone. I'll keep this short. My friends who have gone to great lengths to bless me in big and small ways. My siblings who send me pictures of rainbows, jars of homemade jam, and show up in Houston after my surgery. To tell jokes and make me smile. My parents. I've got to take care of my kids for 6 weeks while I'm in Houston. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my husband, Matthew. You didn't know me when I played soccer. But you are and continue to be my biggest fan. You're the reason I'm here, standing here alive, beating the odds against a formidable opponent. Your love gives me hope and joy and a reason to keep fighting. In closing, I want to thank my parents who enabled me to go to Maryville College and fulfill the dream of being a scholar and collegiate athlete. You raised me to work hard and set goals. You set the bar high and expected me to have a strong level of achievement. Not because you wanted something for yourselves out of that, or you wanted to live vicariously from me, but you knew me, and you knew that's what I needed to have self-worth. You taught me to demonstrate kindness and compassion to others, and you modeled this out for me on a day-in-a-day basis. And most importantly, you taught me about sacrifice and serving others. I can remember a day in high school when my mom took me to a cross-country meet that I competed in, and then a soccer game that I competed in, and then a football game that I cheerleaded at. I don't even know what my brother was doing that day. Thankfully, somebody was taking care of it, but that just gives you just a quick little example of, my mom and her servant's heart. I remember my dad skillfully scheduling his business trips around my soccer games and swim meets and everything else. And often he'd be at the sidelines on my soccer games in his business suit and his overcoat, fresh in from the airport from a trip. And one last story. My freshman year at Maryville College, our team captain was Denise Amon. Great gal. About 3/4 through the season, she asked me a question. She said, "Are you an only child?" I said, "No, I'm one of 4. Why do you ask?" I was puzzled. She said, "Well, because your parents come to every game, and they station themselves in the back field on whatever side you're on to cheer for you." She's like, I just assumed that, their lives were just wrapped up in you. I'm like, no, there's 3 others of us as well. But that just gives you a sense for their level of involvement, their love, their support. And Maryville College is not a cheap school to go to. So, me being the third of 4 kids, I know there was sacrifice involved. I don't know how they did it, but they did. They put their needs, desires to the side, I'm sure, so that my hopes and dreams could be realized. Mom, Dad, thank you for your love, your support, your sacrifice. I'm eternally grateful for this. For that, I dedicate this award to you both. Thank you, Maryville College. Thank you, friends, family, supporters. Thank you to everyone who's here. Thank you for my husband for working behind the scenes. And, I've said this a couple of times. I should be a little nervous that he's such a good liar and he's put all this together for me. But I'm very grateful to the coaches, the faculty, the staff, the greatest teachers here and my whole experience of being taught. Dr. Casper, my favorite teacher ever. Maryville College has had a huge impact on me, and it's a great training grounds. And I hope that one day my children, Harry and Scarlett, will consider Maryville as an option for themselves. Thank you very much.